Hi, my name is Casey Vidal, and we are discussing the economic and environmental impacts of coal mining in Kentucky. And a few years ago, I traveled to Appalachia, Kentucky, which is obviously the poorest part of Kentucky. And this town that we were in called Auxure used to be a huge coal mining town, and that's just pretty much how they made their money throughout the city. And over the years, they ended up losing all their money. So everybody lost their houses, and there's so many poor people that we had to go help build new equipment and like new porches and showers and things. We visited this one house, and the whole entire inside was covered with soot because they couldn't afford to take care of it, and just nobody has any source of income anymore because the coal mine was pretty much their center of economics there.
Well, I'm a University of Kentucky Law School graduate, and I worked in a number of positions. I primarily represented labor unions around the United States. I was one of the original people in Region 2, what was then Region 2 of the Office of Surface Mining, which covered, in amongst other states, Kentucky. And I was the Assistant Regional Director for Inspection and Enforcement, and I had under my charge, if you will, all the inspectors for the federal government in Kentucky from the beginning of the program through the first part or the middle of 1982.
I see. So you obviously had a big part to play in coal mining in Kentucky and around the country.
At that time, we had a major part because the federal government at that time had primacy over the state during the time period I was there.
I see. And what do you think are the environmental impacts versus the economic benefits of coal mining in eastern Kentucky?
Well, that's not an easy answerable question, but the impacts have been vast and not very good. You've had an awful lot of effect on groundwater, you've had effect on surface water, streams, especially when mountaintop removal picked up. It was starting to pick up when I enforced the law, but we enforced it a bit more strictly about how it was done and how the protections for the environment were to be in place. But the subsequent administration, started with the Reagan administration, diminished a lot of not only the role of the federal government, but also the really sort of what I would call adequate environmental controls that have occurred during that period. There's been a real devastating effect on a whole lot of different things: the roads, the mountaintop removal, and what is the land's been able to use afterwards. There's been little use of the land that's been created. The flat top land that they hoped would be used hasn't been used that much in terms of surface mining. Now you look at the other side, the benefits are obvious: employment.
Right.
A lot of employment at that time. Of course, coal prices are dictated to by the market, and at that time the market was quite good. So it was trucking right along in eastern Kentucky at that time. But the problem is that that doesn't always continue.
Right.
And the coal that they got over those early years, even before the Federal Act came into place, but beyond that, it was easy coal. You got to it fairly easy, and now it's most of that easy coal is gone.
Right.
So there was never any long-term look at what was going to happen when, I won't say you run out of coal, but basically you ran out of good mineable coal that could make a profit, and that's what they're faced with today.
And in conclusion to the environmental impacts versus the economic benefits of coal mining in eastern Kentucky, it all comes down to whether or not eastern Kentucky wants to reevaluate its position on coal mining and if it's a sustainable economic benefit in the long term. And for the environmental impacts that eastern Kentucky is currently experiencing with the coal mining is that it's environmentally not sustainable, and in the long run, it's not going to have any good impact on eastern Kentucky whatsoever. So eastern Kentucky will have to reevaluate its position on both the environment and the economy when